Okay, and I thought I'd go through a very quick color correction scheme here. Color correction we don't usually do till third year, but while we're moving on from different packages, I can give you the process of this anyway, and it's easily transferable to Final Cut X. So I've just got three shots here of a girl playing guitar in the studio. You can see the footage is rather dark, so we'll deal with that, and then we can try adding a wee bit more color. So any filters whatsoever that we are adding to a clip, we double click, so we're back in the viewer where we do our working, and then we go to effects, video filters, color correction. There's two here, there's color corrector and there's color corrector three-way. The color corrector, I will show you actually, the color corrector is just one wheel. You can see a new tab turns up on the viewer here. Two wheels, but one works with the hue and the shift of colors. You can see that changing there. Undo that, and with the balance you can move the ball here. If you hold command down you can move it a bit more quickly, and you can see again we're just shifting the color of the overall feel here. We're going to do it with a three color corrector instead because we've got more rhythm to that. So to set this clip back to where it should be, I'll go to my filters, delete that color corrector because I no longer want it, and instead bring in the three-way color corrector, from the color correction. And there we go. So now we've got it in the mids, which will be a lot of skin tones. It will also be this guitar here and the blonde hair. The whites are the sharp whites, the blacks are the sharp blacks. Color correction is something you will get used to. I hope everyone's seen Jean-Pierre Jounet's Amélie. All of that film, once you watch it a few times and you start noticing different things, nearly every shot in that is all red and green. Red and green is useful as far as tweaking, because as you can see here, it's kind of on the opposite sides of the colour wheel. This here, red and green, should never be seen, but fashion's fashion, and some of us have got different things to think about. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons that Jouanet went for red and green. So you could see also you've got like blue, a blue and yellow as well, because they would make the green in the middle. So you've got different ways you can work out your colour palette. If you're designing a film beforehand, you could work with these different colours. I would suggest you experiment with this for the sound design film, actually. Okay, anyway, so yes, in Amélie, Jouanet went too far. In the commentary, he's constantly pointing out the colour corrections that he feels he'd gone too much on. It's the first time he'd done a digital grade afterwards, and it's great to hear people that are like so passionate and they always want more, they always want better, they always want better. I hope we all stay like that. It would be a great place to be. It also means you cry at night, but you know that's a good thing. Okay, so here we go. We can crush the blacks. You can move the sliders here, or you can hit the tiny wee dark arrow to the left and right of these wheels. Crushing the blacks means that middle greys will also become black. You can see it's totally tweaking down. Like I say, this footage is too dark anyway, so we won't be doing that. But yeah, you can see the shifts over in the canvas where our work is. We can see what's happening here because the clip I am working on, I got my playhead over, so I can see the changes. Turn that sound off. In the whites, again, crushing the whites would take the pinks out into that as well. Again, you can see the difference. This is bleaching it out here, but again, I'd say with all colour correction, as long as you're watching the film still and you feel the mood of the colour. So if you feel the mood, then you've really impressed something on it. So let's pretend that this is like a really melancholy song. If we hold command and pull the blue in a bit, blue is always a melancholy colour. And again, just really subtle shifts. If you're taking the colours down, you've also got your saturation at the bottom, so you can bring some colour back in here and give it much better feel. And then we've got an eye at the top left of the viewer here. You can see your before and after. Okay, I'm playing with this to be extreme so you can see the changes. But again, you've got much better colour tones, much more broadcast friendly colour tones here. But nothing looks like we've affected it. And that's what we're always looking for, I would say. You don't want to go too extreme. Yeah, for instance, if you take Schindler's List, that's the obvious one with selective colour correction, which we may do in class next week if anyone would like. That's where we can locate one colour and turn the rest to monochrome. So you've got the girl in red from Schindler's List, which I hope everyone has seen. Spielberg's very mainstream, but mainstream in a way that he knows his craft so well. I'm not saying all his films are brilliant, but he's well worth looking at. He does some stunning things with his camera and his eye. So color correction as well. When you do selective color correction, we can also grab one thing and just turn the rest down a little bit so it draws our eyes to one moment. Anyway, you can see the difference there. If you're doing color correction yourself and you've got everything from the same shoot, you know that you can tweak one shot, and then what we can do now is we select the clip that we've worked on, go to Edit Copy, select the rest of the clips from your film. We've got a close-up here and a close-up of the face. Let's just look at the guitar. Then we go back to Paste Attributes. This was the filters we were working on. Okay, that. You can see the colours jump out a bit. Now, the Paste Attributes will put everything in the same ballpark. And you can see this is running fine now. Okay, it's running smooth. It will put it in the same ballpark, so if you're zooming in with your camera from a wide shot to a close-up, that's going to change the iris on your camera a little bit if you're not compensating with the f-stops, which is your iris. So sometimes there will be more shifts. So maybe in that case, if that means your camera's letting in less light in the close-up, you can then double-click that, bring a bit more white in, bring the colours up in the middle. If that starts to saturate that, we can bring a bit more saturation in. There's a lot of trial and error here, but it's an art form, and if you start scheduling, so you give yourself a day or two to do colour correction at the end, I would say a day is fine. You'll really start defining the mood of your film as well as the pace, the rhythm, and the design of the film. Okay, I hope that's of use. Thank you.